take this to stiff peak. Now that's pretty much there at the moment. The thing you do to test it is to hold it above your head.
Yeah. Right.
There you go. Now that's faith. That's faith right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what I'm going to do here is I've got egg yolks. Lots of sugar goes straight in there. I'm going to add that to the egg yolks. Beat together the egg yolks and cast the sugar until pale. Then add some good quality cocoa powder. Before pouring in melted dark chocolate. This mix is the base of my roulade. Don't worry if it thickens, this is quite normal. Now what I'm going to do is add a scoopful of this meringue to this chocolate mixture to slacken it off a little bit. So I'll take some of this, take about a third, drop it in there. And what I'm going to do is loosen off this mixture because it's quite dense. You can beat this together at this stage because you're just slackening down the mix. You're introducing this chocolate flavour to the meringue. Get right round the sides. Now that's perfect now to be added to the rest of the meringue. The problem is if you were to add all that meringue in there, the air that you've got in there, the lightness that you've got in there, it would just sink all the way down with the chocolate. So now you've slackened that off. You can add a little bit more of the meringue to this. And this is where you're going to carefully fold. So again, go around the outside of the bowl, cut through the middle. So you gently fold this together. It takes a while, but don't try and rush it. You've got lovely light meringue there.
My daughter makes a wonderful chocolate mousse. I may get her to watch what you do.
Does she use your peppermint oil as well?
Yes, of course she does.
Next, pour the mixture into a lined tin, making sure you spread it out evenly, tipping the tin up if you need to. So what you've got there is a beautiful base. That's your roulade base. Now that goes into an oven at 160 fan for about 15 to 20 minutes. And you'll see it go slightly crispy on the top, and you'll see it pulling away from the sides. I'm going to pop that straight in the oven. So what I want to do now is prepare the filling for it as well. Now, the peppermint oil, I'm going to use literally about 3 drops, very carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's probably going to be quite intense.
That would be nice.
For the buttercream filling, I'm whisking together icing sugar and butter until light and creamy. Then slowly adding the milk, which has got peppermint oil already in it. It's the way of enabling it to go in all the buttercream. Oh, the smell of peppermint. Now, the buttercream in there is great, and it's fine, and I could probably go in the roulade as it is, but the addition of the dark chocolate as well brings it to another level. Stir that a little bit into the mixture. So what you've got is dark chocolate, you've got a peppermint buttercream in there as well. Now that is going to go beautifully inside the roulade. Take some baking parchment and give it a good dusting of icing sugar. Flip out your cake and peel off the paper.
Well done.
So there we have our roulade base, onto which I'm going to put the peppermint buttercream. Okay, there's a heady mix going on here between chocolate and peppermint that you can't smell, so you're going to have to make it. Now spread the buttercream over the cake, making sure you get right to the edges and it's nice and even. Now I'm going to roll this up, and this is the tricky bit. Now the way to do it, you can get a palette knife or a knife and just what we call break it back. So you make a ridge about ½ inch in and just break it all the way down so it's loose. Then fold that first bit up and that will be the inside. Then basically you roll it over, release it all the way back. Now you can see it's beginning to crack, that's absolutely fine. And again, nice and tight. Try and keep it as tight as you possibly can with the paper.
Look at that.
The final roll comes over.
Wow.
Then you release the paper totally. And there you have your basic roulade. Place it on there. And for me, a little drizzle more of icing sugar.
A work of art.
I hope this does justice to your peppermint oil. Chocolate and peppermint roulade.